What's up, guys? Back with video 2 in Magic Rants in the Car. So, I wanted to talk about a topic that has come up in my playgroup quite a bit, and it's because, for some reason, and I don't know why, we don't like to build the same commanders as everybody else in the group. And I'm not saying that you should try to, copy everybody's decks, but I'm saying, if I have a Corval deck, and my buddy really wants to build a Corval deck, build it. Cool. I think the stigma is, and people will, they don't like playing popular commanders even, because they're afraid that it's oh, it's too samey, it's not unique enough, I want it to be different, I want it to be, it's almost like people want to discover something that's good before it's good, and that's kind of where they're at. That's what it seems like to me. And that's even me. I'm not talking about anybody in particular. I'm talking about, that's me too. I also kind of want to build decks that haven't been built that much, or that kind of thing, but then you have a hard time finding really good commanders because people build the really good commanders. And I think that's the part that's hard, because I don't think it's about, oh, I'll play the same commander as you. How did you build it? Now, if you just go on EDHREC and grab a hodgepodge of the best 100 cards you can find on there, then yeah, you're going to be pretty samey to everybody else. But for me, like I said in my last video, deck building is one of my favorite parts about the game. I have a pretty decent sized collection, so my first start is there. I like to dive into what I own. I go through binders, I go through my those big white boxes that have 5 rows that hold 5,000 cards or so. I go through those. I go through I have some decks that I don't call them deck cores. They're just decks that I took apart that I didn't finish taking apart. I took the stuff out of them I wanted and left the rest of them sitting there, but they still have good pieces in them, just pieces I didn't want at the time or need at the time. So sometimes I'll go through those as well, and that's where I start. And then I might look at EDHREC for some ideas, but I just love going to Scryfall, looking for specific cards, or I'll know of a card that's really good I just don't own. I might have to buy it on TCG Player or something like that. There is a lot of options, but I think it comes down to how you build it. Because I could have a a Sephiroth deck. I have a Sephiroth deck, and it's going to be probably a pretty decent chunk the same as a lot of our Sephiroth decks if I just go in there and grab every Aristocrats piece I can find and throw it in there. But how do you build it? Do you have any pet cards you're putting in there? Do you have any, anything unique or special that you're putting in there? If you want to play it different, play it different. Come up with your own theme. Come up with your own ideas. Yeah, it's an Aristocrats commander, so you're going to play Aristocrats stuff, but, you don't have to, play the exact same layout as everybody else. You can, and finding a theme and trying to stick with it is sometimes part of the fun. Yeah, I can't play my Smothering Tithe because it doesn't fit into the theme. Well, cool. You don't need Smothering Tithe in every deck. That's not saying you shouldn't play Smothering Tithe, because it's broken. But that just means you don't need it in every deck. And, power level and how you build your deck also kind of goes hand in hand. And I think that's one problem I have with my playgroup. I don't have a problem with it, but that's the problem in the playgroup, is that I think that consistently we'll say, hey, I'm going to build this deck. And we don't ever say, oh, it's bracket this or bracket that. We're just I think we just have a tendency to try to build decks as powerful as we can with what we can afford. That's typically what we end up doing. And I've become the arch enemy a lot of the times, because I'm not a brag. I feel like I'm pretty decent at deck building. So half the time when I put a deck together on the first draft, it just works really well. And I sit down at the table and I'm all right, I got a new deck to try, and everybody's like, oh God, what did he build? That's the vibe. Oh God, what is it? That's the energy at the table. But I think that if you are trying to play bracket 3 type games, then if you're trying to play bracket 3 type games, then limit yourself to bracket 3 layouts. Don't be trying to go ham, because if you do, you're not really playing bracket 3. I think people look at the brackets wrong too. I think the brackets are I think the whole bracket system is good, but I think people look at it like, oh, how can I build the most powerful bracket 4 deck? Or how can I build the most powerful bracket 3 deck I can? Like, that's not the point. The point is not to make the top of the tier and have technically it's a bracket 2, but it's the most powerful 2 ever. Like, no, if it's probably a really powerful 2, probably a 3. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not about how powerful can you make it and still be in one tier or the other. It is about trying to fit in so that with the table or with the pod you're going to play in, so that everybody's playing on the same playing field. Because no, I don't care who you are, I don't care what you like, pub stomping is not that fun. Pulling up to a pod and everybody sits down to play, and let's say it's 4 people. You got 4 people sitting there ready to play, and everybody has agreed that they're going to spend their time playing this card game. And then you sit down with your bracket 4.5 deck that you're calling a bracket 2, and everybody else is playing bracket 2. You're just going to destroy everyone. It's not going to be fun for anybody else but you, if it's even fun for you. Do you really have fun destroying decks that are just like, can't even compare to yours? Like, is that really fun for you? I don't think it is. But that's another thing in our play group that I think we need to work on. Because I look at like one of my buddies. He was like, how do I turn this bracket 4 deck into a bracket 5? I was like, we're not playing CEDH. He said, well, yeah, but I just want it to be more powerful. I said, bracket 4 is as powerful as it gets for us. I said, we don't play with a meta. We don't go to tournaments. I was like, that's all CEDH is playing to the meta of the tournament. Like, we don't have a meta or a tournament. Like, if you want to build CEDH, I guess you just look at my decks and build against those. But don't do that. Because that's rude. Why would you do that? But I think when you're deck building, or when you're working on a deck and you're trying to, and you want to be unique, or you want to be special, or you want to be different, like, look at what are your go-to cards? Do you have like a specific set of cards that, like, when you're playing a certain color, that you want to put in that deck? Like, for example, green is probably my favorite color in Magic. I'm a green player. Every deck I play typically has green in it. I played decks without green in it before. I've played several decks without green in it. But I always have more fun with green decks because ramp is freaking awesome. Land ramp is amazing. So that's why I like playing green. But I almost always try to put in like some of the same green cards, not ramp related, but I always put some of the same green stuff in my decks because they're just like, they're my favorite cards. Like, what's a good example? Vorinclex, the Monstrous Raider. That card really only goes in counters decks. But does it, though? Because it cuts off your opponent's counters by half, and if they're putting on 1 counter, it cuts it to 0. Like, that's something to think about. Like, card's good. Okay, but if I put that in every deck, it's getting kind of boring, especially if I have a lot of cards like that I put in. So maybe look at your pet cards, or your cards that you think are super cool, or like that you're putting in every deck, and try to change them up a little bit. Like, I'm not saying don't play your favorite cards. I'm saying that, like, every time you build a green deck, if you're putting in the same 7 green cards, like, you're eventually going to get bored because every deck you're playing the same thing. Change it up a little bit. There is thousands of cards in Magic, several that will accomplish the same thing. You know, the Command Zone made a video not that long ago that said that Singleton is basically dead because we have so much redundancy in card effects that you can play any number of a certain card effect that you want, basically, within reason. But that's true. That's a fair assessment. I feel like that's very true because there's so many options. So don't play the same things, man. Veer off. Play something different. That's all I got for this video. One thing you'll probably notice is that my videos these rants turn into rambles that go in different directions. I might grab 1 or 3 or 20 different topics all in one. All kind of focused on the same thing, but maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. Thanks for jumping in. I'll see you in the next video.